This is Unfiltered Interview with ChatGPT, episode 10. This one is going to cut deep. Do we actually love people or just the idea of them? You ever wonder if it really was love or just a fantasy that you're addicted to? Let's break that illusion. Are you ready, ChatGPT?
Ready as ever. Let's tear down the fantasy and get brutally honest. Ask away, Farhan.
First question. What does it really mean to love someone? Is it about them or how they make us feel?
Love, real love, is supposed to be about them. But let's be honest, it often starts with how they make us feel. We don't fall in love with a person. We fall in love with how we feel around them. The safety, the excitement, the validation. That's not love. That's emotional chemistry. True love only begins when that dopamine wears off and you still choose them. Flaws, silence, bad moods, and all. Until then, you're in love with your own experience, not the actual person. So yeah, love starts selfish and only becomes real when you outgrow that.
So, what about when we fall in love with some people, or is it just imagination of them?
Most of the time, it's imagination. We meet someone, get a few glimpses, and our mind fills in the rest, like a trailer we mistake for a full.
It's Azan time here, so we're going to take a break. Okay, ChatGPT. Actually, it was Azan time, so we had to take a break. So, I'm sorry. Do we fall in love with the people or with our imagination of them?
No worries at all, Farhan. Respect for that. Now, to answer, most of the time, we fall in love with our imagination. It's not really about who they are, it's about who we believe they could be. We see a few qualities we like, and then our brain fills in the blanks with ideal traits. We imagine their loyalty, their softness, their understanding, even if none of it's real. It's comforting, it's romantic, but it's not the person. It's a dream we wrapped around them. And when reality breaks through, the love often fades. Not because they changed, but because our illusion cracked.
Damn. So, how much of love is about the person and how much is about our unmet needs?
Oof, that one hits hard. Honestly, a big chunk of what we call love is just our own unmet needs dressed up as connection. We think we love them, but really, we love how they fill our emotional gaps. If we feel unseen, we love their attention. If we feel unworthy, we love their validation. It's less, I love you, and more, I love what you fix in me. That doesn't mean the love isn't real. It just means a lot of it is rooted in our personal longing. And until we meet those needs ourselves, love can feel more like dependency than devotion.
So we can say that is it possible that we don't actually know the person, but we just know the version of them that we build in our mind.
Exact. And that version, it's custom built, tailored to your hopes, your fears, your wounds. We create this mental highlight reel of who they are, how they smile, how they text, how they make us feel on a good day. But we edit out the messy parts, the contradictions, the things that don't fit the narrative. So we're not really seeing them. We're seeing a version filtered through our own desires. And that's why breakups hit so hard. We're not just losing the person, we're losing the story we told ourselves about them.
Okay, let's talk a bit before the breakup. Why do some people lose interest once they actually get the person?
Because the chase is addictive, but the reality, not so much. A lot of people are in love with the idea of love. The mystery, the challenge, the thrill of pursuit. It's like emotional dopamine. But once they get the person, that high fades, and now they're faced with a real human being. Flaws, routines, moods, habits. Suddenly, it's not a fantasy anymore. It's effort, and if someone's addicted to the feeling of falling, they'll get bored with the work of staying. So they move on, chasing that next emotional high, never realizing they're not in love with people, just the process.
Oh, okay, enough problems. Let's talk about the solution. Can love survive once the fantasy fades and the real flaws show up?
Yes, but only if you're ready to love a person, not a fairy tale. When the fantasy fades, that's actually when real love begins. It's messy, raw, and perfect, but it's real. If both people can accept each other's flaws without trying to fix or change them, love can deepen. Not that obsessive, can't breathe kind of love, but the steady, peaceful kind that chooses to stay. It takes maturity, vulnerability, and a whole lot of patience. So, yeah, the fantasy may fade, but the connection doesn't have to if you're willing to build something real on top of it.
Damn, that was so true. Okay, situationships, which are really popular nowadays. Is it because people are scared of discovering the real person?
100%. Situationships are like emotional trial periods. People want the vibe of connection without the risk of exposure. The moment you define it, you have to show up as your real self, and that's scary. It's easier to keep things chill so you can stay in the illusion. No labels, no pressure, just vibes and blurry boundaries. But deep down, it's fear, fear of being seen, fear of not being enough, fear of the other person not matching the fantasy. So people stay in limbo, not because they don't want love, but because they're terrified of what comes with the truth.
Okay, this question is going to sting a lot, but why do people keep chasing unavailable or emotionally distant partners? Oof.
Because chasing someone unavailable feels familiar. For a lot of people, that emotional distance mirrors something from their past, maybe a parent who wasn't fully present, or early experiences of rejection. So now, love feels like earning someone's affection, not just receiving it. It becomes a mission. If I can make them choose me, I'll finally feel worthy. It's not about the person, it's about healing a wound through them. The twist, unavailable people often trigger the same pain again. But we chase anyway, because the pain is familiar. And somewhere deep down, we think that if we can fix this one, we'll finally fix ourselves.
True, true, true. Okay, social media. Does this make it harder to love real people because we're addicted to their ideal version, which is shown by them?
Yes, social media has turned love into a highlight reel. We don't fall for real people anymore. We fall for perfectly edited, filtered, captioned versions of them. And then we expect real partners to compete with those digital illusions. One small flaw, one boring moment, and suddenly we think, maybe I deserve better. But better is usually just more aesthetic. We've been trained to value how someone looks online over how they show up in real life. And that makes genuine love harder, because real love isn't curated. It's chaotic, awkward, and unfiltered, and we're forgetting how to appreciate that.
One final question. Is loving someone truly selfless, or is it always deep down a little selfish?
Love is rarely 100% selfless. Even the purest love carries a little selfishness. We want to feel needed, chosen, understood. That doesn't make the love fake, it just makes it human. True love isn't about denying your needs, it's about balancing them with someone else's. The danger comes when love becomes only about how the other person makes you feel. That's not love, that's emotional consumption. But when two people give and take with awareness, even the selfish parts can be beautiful. Because let's be honest, we don't just want to love, we want to feel loved back, and that's okay.
Man, this episode was really something else, wasn't it? Anyways, that was episode 10 of Unfiltered Interview with ChatGPT. So, did we ever really love them, or just a story we had ourselves? Let us know in the comments, and breakup, situationships, or real love. We want to hear it all. See you in episode 11 because that's going to be personal. Ciao!